Finding peace in life does not mean waking every morning at 5 a.m. to practice Zen meditations under the rising sun. Peace is accepting that conflict will always arise, but knowing that we have the tools we need to dismantle it without any negative consequences for anyone involved. War, unfortunately, has been a part of the human experience since time immemorial. On a more personal scale, we might have noticed that conflict in our own lives is often unavoidable. Colleagues, spouses, family members, it is not always possible in a world of such strong opinions, characters, and ideas to see eye to eye with one another. This does not mean we cannot live harmoniously. I once read a magazine article about a man from Serbia, I believe, who had one day packed up some of his basic belongings and found a cave just above a local village where he could live. Although I cannot precisely remember the details, he had come to believe that humanity was nothing but unnecessary trouble, conflicts at every turn, hardship lying beyond every horizon, and complicated relationships that often lead to heartbreak. Hardship lying beyond every horizon and complicated relationships that often lead to heartbreak. Of course, many of us would empathize with this point of view. I know you have experienced your own fair share of trouble on your path. But to subscribe to this ethos is also to miss out on much of the beauty of living. Love, friendships, acts of kindness and charity, the precious innocence of children, the divine intricacy of nature. I don't want to show you how to avoid each and every conflict in your life. That would simply mean we are not living. What I do want to show you is that you have all the tools you need to turn major hazards into minor hiccups. In fact, you will see why conflict can actually be advantageous and help us get ahead on our path. Believe you can, and you are halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no help at all. We have seen so many noble souls keep plodding on even when the odds against them seemed enormously stacked and this self-belief is a value that cannot be measured. So give yourself a chance. Understand that nothing is insurmountable and every problem has a solution. An old saying goes that you don't need to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. This is the fatal flaw of the failed light worker. They give every part of themselves to everyone else until there is nothing left for them to find their own sense of purpose within. Judo was a goddess who was celebrated for many beautiful and blessed gifts, particularly her unwavering devotion to the earth, home, and family. One aspect of her journey that is not often referenced is that she paid a dear price for never knowing when to put herself first. She gave so many of her gifts to serving others that her own life could be terribly difficult at times. Take full responsibility for your own journey. Learn to manage the expectation of yourself wisely and draw your own lines about what is or is not acceptable to you. To build up equity also, when they flopped around there, it could obstruct the progression of social advancement. It was to everybody's greatest advantage to discover the offender as fast as could be expected. Not as blocks and abruptly, the analyst admired see him clearing the hardwood closes of office table, model states of earthly colored also, red and yellow rating into the enormous poplar wood block box formed like a B block itself, where he put his squares. "What do you mean?" she inquired. "Nary worked," said blocks science. "Material science," he stopped at that point, added. "Damage? Theft?" He shrugged at that point, started talking in condition that the analyst rushed to interpret. All things considered, that would clarify why she had definitely no karma finding any sort of superpower whose impacts coordinated with the records of harm done. Squares may have an uncommon technique for examination. However, his outcomes were consistently strong. Thank you everyone. All the best. Happy Thursday. Bye-bye.